An explosive new report by consumer Watchdog accuses Uber of trying to limit its accountability while expanding its self-driving car fleet despite unresolved safety concerns.
Consumer investigator Christine Lazar read the report and joins us now with the details. This is pretty disturbing, Christine.
Yeah, Jamie, consumer Watchdog is taking issue with how Uber does its background checks and what kind of legal accountability it takes when riders or other drivers are injured in crashes involving its vehicles, as well as the rollout of its robo taxis. I'm joined now by consumer Watchdog founder Jamie Court. Jamie, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
So a lot of this report talks about how Uber does background checks, and we actually just aired a report where we had several people have their identities stolen by Uber drivers. So they were using their identities to get through those background checks and then driving people around. What do you think is lacking, or what is, wrong with how Uber is doing these background checks?
Well, they do it very cheaply. For another $25 per check, they could do better. And it's not even the money. They don't really, I think, want to do better checks because they want as many drivers on the road as possible. We found a bunch of these background checks connected to auto accident injuries and deaths. One in Santa Barbara, real tragic. A guy had 2 DUIs and got an Uber license, a license to drive for Uber, and he was driving on the road and just driving, according to witnesses, 120 miles an hour, ran into 2 people, killed them. Sylvia Velasquez, one of them, and then he's in jail, but Uber's defending the case. So there are a lot of these cases where Uber allows these people with bad background checks on the road, and they cause death or injury, and they don't fix their system. It's called cashier. It's a relatively cheap system. What they need to do is live scan. They need to have FBI checks. They have the technology to make sure that the people who are driving for them have actual credentials and that they don't have DUIs and other road violations on their record.
Yeah, I know I had to do a live scan to volunteer at my children's school. It's surprising to me that there's no live scan to drive people around, including women and children.
Right, and the worst part is they're doing a ballot measure now to limit their liability for their drivers who do poor background checks, at the same time as they're also trying to roll out these robo taxis. There won't be any drivers if these robo taxis get on the road. They want 20,000 of them on the road in 2026. At the same time, they're doing a ballot measure to limit their liability and limit recovery for accident victims from medical losses. So they're trying to limit the amount of money you can get when you get into an accident for your medical losses to 125% of Medicare. And they're also limiting how much the contingency fee attorney can charge and adding on medical expenses to that pot so that it's going to be harder for you to get an attorney. At the same time as they're having this, I think it's a national crisis with their background checks. They've been excoriated in the New York Times for this because a lot of sexual offenses occur in Ubers. And we have a ballot measure also circulating to combat that, a countermeasure to the Uber ballot measure that would say they have to do really significant background checks, basically FBI level background checks before drivers get their license. And you've probably seen people at grocery stores saying, stop Uber's drivers from committing sexual offenses. You can sign that petition.
So this report that Consumer Watchdog authored is called License to Kill, which is a catchy headline, but can you explain why you're saying Uber has a license to kill?
Well, it doesn't have one yet, but if it has this ballot measure where it limits its liability to accident victims for their medical recovery and doesn't allow them contingency fee attorneys, they will have a license to kill. And it'll be a license to kill not only for drivers that they should be responsible for who get on the roads with bad background checks, but also for the robo-taxis. These robo-taxis are not safe. A good example is they say they want to do 20,000 robo-taxis on the road with a company called Nuro. Now, Nuro is tested in California for under 200,000 miles, not very many miles. And their computers disengage after about a little under 700 miles. Waymo, for example, tests and has hundreds of thousands of miles on the road, and its computers don't have to disengage for 20,000 miles. So Nuro is the people they're partnering with, and it's not a company that's tested these cars, and yet they say they're going to have 20,000 of these Nuro-Lucid Uber cars on the road in 2026. It's not feasible unless you have an initiative that prevents you from being liable when they cause accidents or injuries. So we're worried about them rolling out these robocars before they're too soon, before they're ready for the roads. By the way, I have a plan to do this in LA as well as San Francisco. And then they'll have limited liability for the damage it causes, and they'll be able to roll them out quicker. So that's why we see it as a license to kill. They're trying to change their business model really quickly. And this limited liability thing, which they're doing in other states, not just California, by the way, is a way to do it. And yet they're not willing to take accountability for the drivers they have with driving checks. And we're worried about these automated drivers, these robo-taxi drivers.
All right, Jamie, thank you so much for breaking that down for us. We appreciate it. And we did reach out to Uber for a response to this report and the accusations, but we have not yet heard back from them. Jamie, again, thanks so much for